Welcome back to Photoshop for Scientific Visualization. In this chapter, we're going to be exploring the pen tool again, and we're going to see how it can help us manipulate our shapes even further. You'll notice that I've created this sketch that shows the relative position of the Golgi from this aerial view of our cross-section. I'm going to zoom in, and I'm going to select my Golgi layer. What we want to do is we want to create these Golgi shapes. So I want to delete these segments here and here. To do that, with my Golgi selected, I'm going to hit P to access my pen tool. I'm going to hold Command and drag over the path to make sure it's activated. Then, with my pen tool, I'm going to hover over my path until I see a little plus sign. And I'm going to add new anchor points to approximately where I've added these blue crosshairs. Once I've done this, I can delete these segments. I'll hold Command and highlight them. This time I'm making sure that not only the path is selected, but also the anchor, because this one I want to delete. I'm going to hold Shift this time to make sure that I'm adding to my previous selection, and I'm going to hit Delete. What you should have right now is perfectly rounded ends for each of these two arcs. If you don't, you can go to your stroke option by hitting this drop down, and you can look for the caps option and make sure that the rounded ends are selected. The next thing we need to do is actually create an outline for this shape. Right now, our Golgi is actually just a stroke, so we want to manipulate this yet a little more. To do that, I'm going to take my nucleus layer, which is a perfect circle. I'm going to duplicate it by dragging while holding Option or Alt, hit Command-T to transform, and I'm going to drag this up until it hits the inner surface of our Golgi. And just to make sure it's precise, I'm going to type in 460 pixels. Hit this link button to make sure my height is the same, and click Enter. Then Command-J again, Command-T to transform, and I'm going to drag out another circle to hit the outer surface. And this should be 640 pixels. I'm going to select these two new ellipses, give it a different color. And then I'm going to merge them. You'll notice that the inner circle has now been hidden. You can't have two strokes, one within the other. Unfortunately, that's just a limitation. But that won't be a problem for very long. What we're going to do is we're going to take our pen tool and add some more anchor points, this time following these butted ends. So with my path active, I'm going to add an anchor point here, an anchor point here, here, and I think we'll just stick with this one. I'm going to select my inner circle and do the same. And then, holding the Command key, I'm going to select the sections that I want to delete. Now, what I need to do is join these ends to create the curves. So all I need to do is hover over an endpoint, click it, and then click on the other end to join it. Right now, we're creating a very funky shape. So I'll add an anchor point here, and I can hold the Command key, highlight that anchor, and while holding Command, drag it down until I get the right shape. I'm going to hold the Option or Alt key to adjust this handle here. So when Alt is being held, I'm not going to affect its other opposite handle. I'm going to do the same for this end, but I'm going to show you a little quick trick. Right now, this handle and this handle have approximately the same length. But when I delete this anchor point here on the tip, pay attention to the handle lengths. You notice that they've jumped. And what they've done is they've compensated to the deleted anchor point. We can do it again over here. We can add an anchor point, but when we delete it, it reevaluates. And the more we do this, the more our curve gets readjusted. So for this one, unfortunately, it's not going to readjust outwards. So we actually need to go in and pull our anchor out and change these manually. Finally, for these two, add a point, delete it, add it, delete it. Now we have a nice rounded cap. I'm going to name this Golgi, and with our old Golgi, we can delete this. Great, so the next step, we're going to transform this to have it match the angle that we have in our sketch.